We all know the blue staples, the cards that everyone puts in their decks, the counter spells, the draw spells, but what about the cards that nobody's playing? Today we're going to be looking at 10 blue cards that should definitely be seeing more play in our commander decks. Starting off with number 10, Energy Tap, a 1-mana blue sorcery that says you tap target creature you control and then you add an amount of colorless mana equal to that creature's casting cost. Only being played in 0.33% of decks that can play it. Is this even a card that's worth it? Well, this card just got featured on the latest episode of Game Nights featuring Post Malone, where he uses this card to tap an Ulamog to add 11 colorless mana. This is a ritual in blue that allows you to turn your big creatures into mana. This is a blue ritual that allows you to have a sudden burst of mana that you can use. It's excellent in Sea Monster decks, Leviathan decks, Kraken decks. It's excellent when you have a large creature that now you want to use for mana. Perhaps you can't even use it. This card is only 28 cents. It should definitely be seeing more play in our commander decks. Number 9, Stormscape Familiar. It's a 2-mana, 1/1 bird that reduces the cost of your white spells and your black spells by 1. It's only being played in 0.44% of decks, but why? This is rampant Esper colors. It's not a traditional mana dork because it just gives a cost reduction to all of your white and all of your black spells. So if you're expecting to be playing a lot of spells, Stormscape Familiar is better than a mana rock. Also, it's a flyer, which means if you're playing with anybody who has the Monarch or Initiative, or if someone's playing a Coveted Jewel, Stormscape Familiar can just attack and get extra value for you. It's excellent with creature decks. It's excellent in decks that expect to be playing a lot of different spells. And occasionally, it can just be a blocker, and it can save you a few bits of life if you need it. Stormscape Familiar is less than $1 and should definitely be seeing more play in our commander decks. Number 8 is Artificer's Intuition, a 2-mana enchantment where you have an activated ability where you can pay a blue, discard an artifact from your hand, and then you get to search your library for an artifact that has a converted mana cost of 1 or less. You get to reveal that card, and then you get to put it into your hand. This card is only being played in 0.15% of decks. It is an all-star because it enables tutoring for cards that you want. Do you like Soul Ring? Do you like Skull Clamp? How about Esper Sentinel, Sensei's Divining Top, the Ozlith, Shadow Spear, Haywire Might, Colossus Hammer, Amulet of Vigor, Relic of Progenitus, and those are only the cards that cost 1 mana, not even the cards that cost 0 mana. I like tutors that are very specific. Not the catch-all tutors where you can get whatever you want, but tutors that are very focused on one particular type of card. It also enables graveyard synergies, because if I'm discarding an artifact, chances are, if I'm playing in an artifact deck, I have ways of recurring it or ways of using it again. So it's an excellent option in artifact decks to be able to both tutor and also set up my graveyard in case I have any type of artifact shenanigans there. It is an excellent option. It's less than $5. It should definitely be seeing more play in our commander decks. Next up is number 7, Monastery Siege, a 3-mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you choose either Khans or Dragons. If you choose Khans, you get to loot, and if you choose Dragons, spells your opponents cast that target you or a permanent you control cost 2 more to cast. It's only being played in 0.53% of decks, but did you read the card? It taxes targeted removal, or it gives you the option of looting, depending on what the situation calls for. Notice this is not the same thing as giving your creatures ward. This doesn't say that. This just taxes the targeted removal. Now, also, it doesn't deal with abilities, so it is more limited in that sense. But this is excellent in Dragon decks, not only because it has Ojutai on the front, but also because it gives us a way of protecting our dragons by forcing our opponents, to pay more to target them. So if you're playing Is It Dragons, like my Ganax and Feywild Visitor deck, Monastery Siege is an option that would allow me to protect all of my dragons from being targeted. Or if I'm really behind and I need to dig for something, I can pick Khans and then I can loot at the beginning of my draw step. This card is only 66 cents. It should definitely be seeing more play in our commander decks. Next up, number 6, Thwart. It's 2 and 2 blue for an instant that says you may return 3 islands you control to their owner's hand instead of paying Thwart's mana cost, and then I get a counter target spell. This card's only being played in 0.1% of decks that can play this. Is this card really underplayed? This card is free interaction. In blue, if I'm in an absolute win now mode where I need to protect a win, or if I need to really stop someone from going off, Thwart allows me to have a free interaction piece that counters anything. It doesn't just counter non-creature spells like Fierce Guardianship. It counters whatever I need in the moment when I absolutely need it. Now, yes, returning 3 islands to my hand does limit me. I have to be either in mono blue or at most a 2-color deck where I play a lot of basic lands. But if I'm in this position where I'm playing mono blue, now I have a way of, out of nowhere, protecting myself. And it's less than $1. It's a free counterspell, less than $1. If you're playing a mono blue deck, Thwart just seems like an obvious inclusion. It should definitely be seeing more play in our commander decks. Number 5 is Forbid. It's 1 and 2 blue to counter target spell, but it also has the ability buyback, where I can discard 2 cards, and then if I do that, I get to put Forbid into my hand instead of my graveyard as a part of this card's effect. It wouldn't be a blue list if I didn't have at least 2 counter spells in it, right? This card's only being played in 0.34% of decks. Is this an undervalued type of card, or is it too expensive? Well, this is a repeatable counter spell. 3 mana to counter target spell is a cancel. Unplayable, right? But this card says, if I have an excess of cards in hand, I can hold up my Forbid, and now I can play it whenever I need it, knowing that I'm going to get it back. It is a repeatable counterspell. One of the biggest downsides of counterspells is that once you play them to deal with one problem, you don't have it in case you need to deal with another problem. And because there are 3 opponents and only 1 you, it's a disadvantage. Forbid does cause you to lose cards in hand, but you're blue. You should be able to draw enough cards. And Forbid is really amazing because it is a political tool. I don't need to use Forbid a second time. Everybody else at the table just needs to know that I have Forbid and that I can use it on their cards and that I have a way of getting it back. So now I can use Forbid as a political tool to get people to do favors for me, where I look at someone who wants to play a card and say, is that going to go to me? And then they're going to look at me and say, well, if you let it resolve, I won't target you with it. And I say, okay, even if I was never going to counter it anyways. Forbid gives you so much flexibility, and it's for 67 cents. This is an amazing card. We should definitely be playing more of this in our commander decks. Number 4, Illusionist Gambit. It's 2 and 2 blue for an instant where you cast a spell during the declare blocker step on an opponent's turn. You get to remove all attacking creatures, untap them. There's an additional combat phase, and then all those creatures attacks if they are able, but they can't attack you. It's only in 0.87% of decks. This is some secret tech in blue because it is a blue fog that also has pseudo goad in the sense that it forces those creatures to attack but not to attack you, and so it actually can end up being player removal, where now instead of just saying no combat damage is done, it's like no, there can be combat damage, just not to me. And so if someone is swinging out to take you out, now you can use Illusionist Gambit to now make them take out the person who's perhaps right in front of you in turn order, or someone else who's been really bothering you, who has lots of interaction, lots of removal, or they're about to hit you next. Whatever it is, Illusionist Gambit says, what if I'm ahead and I'm going to use this to be able to affect the game? Now, it's a blue fog. It allows you to take out your opponents, and it's only 34 cents. Illusionist Gambit should definitely be seeing more play in our commander decks. Number 3, Frozen Aether. It's a 3 and a blue enchantment. There are a lot of enchantments on this list today. Artifacts, creatures, and lands your opponents control come into play tapped, only being played in 0.31% of decks. This is a sleeper card. Frozen Aether is an annoying card. It hinders your opponents by forcing everybody else to slow down. And as commanders getting faster and faster and faster, Frozen Aether is a Staxy card. Not everybody likes Staxy cards, and yet sometimes it's necessary, because otherwise then it's just a game of solitaire where everybody's trying to do their own thing. Frozen Aether says, sometimes you need to wait. And so Frozen Aether is a card where if you put it into your deck, you know what you're doing. You're okay with perhaps some of the extra heat that's coming your way. And it's $1.37. Definitely try it out in some of your decks, and you will not be disappointed. Number 2, Aura Thief. It's 3 and a blue for a creature illusion 2/2 with flying that when it's put into the graveyard from play, you gain control of all enchantments. It's only being played in 0.21% of decks, but really, did you see what the card does? It is a permanent theft of all enchantments. All enchantments, not auras only. It's all the enchantments. When it dies, it's permanent theft on a body. There are all sorts of enchantments that are going around. Even in the opening of the video, Rhystic Study, Smothering Tithe. Imagine your Aura Thief comes down, it dies either because you've sacrificed it or just because you use it as a blocker. And now you just get to take all of the enchantments on board. There are plenty of excellent enchantments in our format. Or a thief says, what if those excellent enchantments were now on your side of the table? It's $9.43, so it's a little bit more expensive, but it is a unique effect that you're not going to find anywhere else. Or a thief is definitely a card that should be seeing more play in our commander decks. And last but not least, the Dragon Lord pick of the week is Teferi's Veil. It's 1 and a blue enchantment. Whenever any creature you control attacks, it phases out at the end of combat. Only 0.2% of decks are playing this. However, the Dragon players, only 16 decks have Teferi's Veil in it. Compare that to Leyline of the Guild Pack, which has 5.9 thousand decks on EDHREC. Leyline of the Guild Pack, I get it. You want to be able to make sure that lands you control are every basic land type. Sure, I get it. You want your Sign of Draco to be able to do extra stuff. I get it. However, for the most part, Leyline of the Guild Pack is going to be a 4-mana do nothing in hand, where even if you play it, what are you going to get from it? Just play better ramp. Teferi's Veil has a completely different purpose that is way better than Leyline of the Guild Pack, because it is giving you board protection. Whenever any creature you control attacks, it phases out at the end of combat. We are dragon players. We want to be attacking people. And when we attack, what do people want to do? They want to wrath our boards and send us back to the Stone Age. And so if Teferi's Veil is there, we get to attack. We protect our board because now all of our huge dragons have been phased out. They're protected. They're safe, which means come the next turn, we weren't going to be blocking with our dragons anyways because they were always tapped. But now they get to attack again because their board was protected. It is an excellent option in Dragon Tribal. Teferi's Veil is less than $1. It should definitely be seeing more play in our commander decks. So that brings us to the end of the episode. Which of these cards will you play? Which ones will you pick up for your own personal commander decks? If you do choose to pick up any of the cards in our list today, feel free to use my TCG Player affiliate link down below. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help the channel out quite a bit. And if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a comment, to like, to subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one.